Hey, what's up, guys? True Boxing here. Thanks for coming back to get hit with the truth. Today, I'm doing the what's next on Azat Hovhannisyan, a former world title challenger at 122 pounds. He's currently my fifth ranked fighter at 122. Before we get into that, let's, True Boxing guys, please thumbs up, thumbs down. If you don't like the page, positive or negative comments. I appreciate any kind of love and support. And if you really like the channel, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. I just got over 100 subscribers and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm here to deal out the facts and the information. So let's go into Azat Hovhannisyan. Hovhannisyan returned. He took on some nobody, got an 8th round knockout. It was his first fight since September of 2019, so just shy of a year and a half off. Golden Boy had a tough time with COVID, and after trying to land cards in 2020. So Hovhannisyan, the WBA's #1 ranked contender, he fought on the non-televised portion of the DAZN card, which I think is a shame because Hovhannisyan is a beast. This good dude comes to fight. He's action-packed. He's fun as hell to watch, and this guy is just an animal. Um, and he pretty much has been that since the beginning of 2018. I mean, when he knocked out fucking Ronnie Rios, knocked him out, dominated him. Then he went against Ray Vargas for the title like 6 weeks later, and everybody thought, oh, who's this guy? He's got no chance against Vargas. And he almost beat Vargas. Vargas, the fact that he throws a lot of punches and is a good boxer, he survived a tough one there. He had his jaw broke. He was out for 9 months after that. Vargas was, and Hovhannisyan walked away just like a feared fighter. Um, he stayed undefeated in September of 2019. It's actually his last fight prior to this one. He took on Franklin Manzanilla in a WBA eliminator. Manzanilla almost knocked out Vargas 7 months earlier, and Hovhannisyan fucking rolled over Manzanilla with ease, knocked him out in the 4th round. So this dude is a beast. So the big question is, what's next for Azat Hovhannisyan? Let's run it through. As I said, he's the WBA's #1 ranked contender. Remember that, and he has been so for a year and a half now. So let's take a look. Let's run through the top 10. Again, I got Hovhannisyan at number 5. So let's throw him possibly against #1, undefeated Murajan Akhmadiev. I think this fight is very possible. I think it could be ordered by the WBA for the second half of the year. Akhmadiev has to deal with Rios in an IBF mandatory fight. And I think Akhmadiev is going to get by Iwasa. And if he does, I think it's very possible he fights Hovhannisyan in September of or later on in the second half of the year in a mandatory fight if he wants to hold on to that the unified belt. And it's an easy fight to make with Hovhannisyan having ties with Matchroom and DAZN, and Hovhannisyan being with Golden Boy. So I think this fight's very possible and very well could happen, but we'll see. Number 2 is WBC champion Luis Nery. Nery's not going to have nothing to do with Hovhannisyan. Nery has a ton of options with the PBC. Hovhannisyan is more dangerous than most of those guys that he has options, and I just don't see this fight. I don't see the PBC interested at all with working with Golden Boy for a Hovhannisyan fight. Number 3 is Daniel Roman. Roman's is with the PBC and he's got plenty of options. I don't see him fighting Hovhannisyan. Number 4 is Ryosuke Iwasa. It's possible if Iwasa were to beat Akhmadiev or even lose to him and want to fight somebody on that level. But if he loses, does he want to fight Hovhannisyan next? Don't see it. And if he wins, does he want to fight Hovhannisyan next? I don't see that either. So, nah, I don't think so. Again, Hovhannisyan is number 5. Number 6 is the undefeated Brandon Figueroa. Nope, I don't think Figueroa wants nothing to do with it. He's a PBC guy. Too tough of a fight right here. Not seeing it. Number 7, Ronnie Rios, a rematch from their 2018 bout in which Hovhannisyan destroyed Rios. I don't think Rios wants anything to do with him. I wouldn't completely rule it out because it is an easy fight to make, but again, I don't think Figueroa wants anything to do with that fight. So I'm gonna say, Rios wants anything to do with it. So I'm gonna say no. Number 8 is the undefeated WBO champion, Stephen Fulton Jr. I don't see it. I mean, Fulton is with the PBC. He's got options. I don't think he's going to, unless he wanted to risk that title against a tough fighter like Hovhannisyan and have Golden Boy and PBC work together, maybe, but I'm not seeing it. It's not a mandatory fight, high risk, low reward. I don't see it. Number 9, Ionut Baluta. I guess that's possible. You know, Beluta's coming off with some nice upset wins. The question is would Hovhannisyan be interested in this kind of fight? You know, would he want to take that risk? I wouldn't completely rule it out because Hovhannisyan's an avoided fighter himself, but it's one of those fights where I just don't see it happening. But it could. I mean, definitely could. Number 10 is TJ Dahny. I'm not seeing this one. Dahny hasn't fought since he lost to Beluta. Does he want to come back even after, say, he shakes off some rust and gets a win in the first half of the year? Does he want to fight Hovhannisyan after that? I don't think he wants that smoke. And then Angelo Leo's tied for 10th still, and I don't think Leo wants. Leo's with the PBC. I don't think they throw him in. Coming off a loss to Stephen Fulton against Azat Hovhannisyan, just don't see it. So obviously Hovhannisyan is a very avoided fighter. Like I said, I think he's the boogeyman of 122. I really do. And I think he can compete with anybody and possibly beat anybody in this division. He's that tough and that good, and he comes right at you. Um, you know, Akhmadayev might be ready in the second half of the year, but if I'm Hovhannisyan, I mean, you just shook off some rest, fought 8 rounds, come back in another 4 months, come back in June. You know, shit, come back on Canelo's next card in May, on May 8th, maybe get that. And, you know, that would make sense. See if they'll throw you on the TV version and shake off some more and seal that mandatory deal up, and maybe the WBA gives him a shot at that Akhmadayev or Iwasa, the winner of that fight. But I hope Hovhannisyan gets a title shot this year. He deserves it. He's been avoided widely since he almost beat Ray Vargas, and it's a shame. So we'll see though. So that's the what's next on Azat Hovhannisyan, the former world title challenger. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.